Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bbies Makeup. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I made this lovely top. I love this top so much. It's so amazing. I feel so feminine and so amazing when I wear it. It was so much fun doing it, so much fun wearing it, and it looks so beautiful, looks so professional, looks so amazing. And as you can see, it really good. Actually, I love it, and I really hope you will love it too. And this is the top we're gonna do in this video. I really hope you enjoy it. And now let's go to the crocheting process and let's get started. So, hi again, let's begin our project. So I'm gonna use this lovely yarn from LA's Diva Plus. I'm gonna use this lovely red color. I love red so much. So I'm gonna use three skeins from this yarn. I'm gonna use 3.5mm hook, crochet hook to do this top. So I'm gonna use 3 skeins. So let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do is make a magic ring. So do your magic ring as you do it, and then when we finish doing it, I'm gonna use my crochet hook and make one stitch first, or one chain, to secure the magic ring, kind of, and then I'm gonna make 30 single crochets inside this magic ring. So the lovely thing about magic ring that I'm gonna do my 30 single crochets like perfectly without having a really tight place to do it, and then I'm gonna finish by like closing the magic ring as small as possible. So yeah, that's why I love magic ring. So here we go. I finished my single crochets. As you can see, it's really nice and comfy. Of course, we're gonna it will not be like really open like this. So to close this first row, I'm gonna go for the first single crochet and slip stitch, as you can see here. So here we go. It's really big opening. So what we're gonna do, just take this lovely tail here and just grab it and pull, and we are closing our rows or our work as close as possible because it's like the center of the top. So yeah, that's it. Now we're heading for row number 2, which is the beginning of our rows, because we're gonna have our rows in the center. So I'm gonna chain 3, and this will work as a one double crochet. So this is my first double crochet. For the next stitch, I'm gonna make another double crochet. Next stitch, I'm gonna do 1 double crochet, and I'm gonna do 5 double crochets in the next 5 stitches. So counting my first 3 chains as 1 double crochet, so I'll end up with 6 double crochet, and this will be the beginning of leaf number 1 on the rows of the petal number 1 of the rows. So as you can see here, I have 6 double crochets, and then I'm gonna chain 3, and then for the next stitch, just like the next stitch, I'm gonna make another double crochet, and I will do 6 double crochets in a row, 1 double crochet in every single stitch, and then I'm ended up with 6 double crochets, which will be the second petal of my rows. And I'm gonna continue doing this 6 double crochets and 3 chains in between until I finish my 30 single crochets. Now as you can see, I almost there. So this is my first 3 chains. So on the third one, I'm gonna slip stitch to close the row, and as you can see here, begin to form kind of a small pentagon and a really nice row. So let's go for row 3. Now I'm gonna chain 3, as you can see here. Still will be counted as a double crochet, and then I'm gonna do another 5 double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So I ended up with 6 double crochets, again counting the 3 chains that we did in the first place as 1 double crochet. So here we are, the first petal, and then we're gonna chain 3, And the new thing in the middle stitch here, from the 3 chains that we did on the last row, row number 2, you can see I'm gonna go just in the middle and make a double crochet and 1 chain and another double crochet in the same stitch. So I ended up with like a V shape just in between. As you can see here, this is like a triangle or a V shape. And then I'm gonna chain another 3 and do 6 double crochet on the previous 6 double crochet from the last row as we did before. So as you can see here, then I'm gonna chain 3 and then do another V. So I'm gonna go in the middle stitch and do 1 double crochet, chain 1 double crochet, and continue doing like this until I finish this row, just repeating everything. So now we are at the end of the row, so I'm gonna chain 3 and just go in the middle again, do my last V, and then counting 1 2 3 and go on the 3rd stitch and slip stitch to it to close the row. And here we go, this is the row number 3, begin to have more shape as you can see here. So let's start row 4, and to do that we are gonna close our petal to finish the center rows. So as you can see, I have 6 double crochet here, so I'm gonna chain 3. This will count as 1 double crochet, and then I'm gonna go in next stitch and make a double crochet and just don't complete it, just stop right here. So I have 2 stitches on my hook, and again I'm gonna do another double crochet and just close right there and continue doing this until I finish 5 double crochet. Just do like this, so you count, you have the closing stitch on your hook. So here we go, and this is the 5th double crochet. So here I have 6 stitches, which counts as 6 double crochets, and now we're gonna close all of them together. Just grab your yarn and just go from all of them. So here we go, as you can see I closed my petal, looks so beautiful. Now I'm gonna just chain 3 and go to the center of the V shape, as you can see here. So I'm gonna go in the center of the V shape and I'm gonna make 3 double crochets, as you can see here, and then I'm gonna chain 3 and I make another 3 double crochets inside the V. So I have 6 double crochets, just separated 3 double crochets, 3 chains, 3 double crochets in the same V space. Okay, looks so nice. As you can see here, 3 double crochets, 3 chains, 3 double crochets. Now we're gonna chain 3 and just to the next petal we're gonna close it. So we're gonna make 6 double crochets without closing. So this is the first one, you can see, and second one, and just continue doing this. Okay, this time I'm gonna end up with 7 stitches inside my hook, as you can see here. And now we're gonna grab our yarn and just go from all of them together to close our petal. So as you can see, it looks so beautiful. Again, we're gonna chain 3 and repeat what we did. Now we are at the end of the row and we are gonna to close our row. So what we're gonna do is just chain 3 and then go to the center of the petal, as you can see here, and then go in there and grab your yarn and do a slip stitch. So we are closing now the 4th row, and yeah, basically we did the hard work and finished our rows. As you can see in the center, it looks so beautiful, and we have a nice pentagon shape. So yeah, that's it for this row. So let's continue and doing the rest of the rows. And now we're gonna can close the magic ring more if you want. So yeah, let's go and continue the rest of the rows. Okay, now let's go to row 5. So the first time I'm gonna do 3 chains. Will be as 1 double crochet, and I'm gonna chain 1, and I'm gonna, as you can see, this 3 chains will be 1 double crochet. Okay, and chain 1 and a space. I'm gonna do my V. So I'm gonna go in the same space here, same stitch, and do a double crochet. So I will end up with a V shape as we did before. Now I'm taking some of the yarn. Okay, then I'm gonna chain 3. Okay, so as you can see the 3 double crochet from the previous row, this will be kind of a small petal or small leaf. So I'm gonna do 3 double crochets, but I'm not gonna finish every one alone. I'm gonna finish all together, as you can see here. So I'm gonna do like this. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, so as you can see, I have 4 chains on my hook, and altogether we closed it. So I'm gonna chain 3 and a space in between. So in that middle stitch, I'm gonna go in and make my V. So I'm gonna make 1 double crochet, and then I'm gonna chain 1 and make another double crochet in the same stitch. So I end up with another V. So next I'm gonna chain 3 and end my petal as I did before. So I'm gonna make 3 double crochet and you close all together in one like grab. As you can see, I have 4 now all together. So basically this is the work of this row. As you can see, I finished the small petal or small leaf, just 2 rows. Next I'm gonna make 3 chains, and at the top of my large petal of my rose, I'm gonna make another V. So as you can see in this opening here, this stitch, I'm gonna go make a double crochet and chain 1 and another double crochet in the same stitch, and here we go, I have my V. And again I'm gonna repeat chain 3, and then I'm gonna make 3 double crochet in every stitch and close all together as we did before to close my small petal or leaf. And here we go, and repeat what we did again and again until we finish this row. So I'm gonna continue my work until I reach the other end. As you can see, I finished my row and almost there. Just chain 3 and just count the 3 chains that I did. The 1, 2, 3, and on the third one I'm gonna slip stitch and finish my row. So here we are. This is my first V that I made, and I finished my row. So this basically is the basic part of the top. We finished the hard work. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna repeat row 4 and row 5, just again and again and again until we reach the proper size for ourselves. So we finished the center rows, which is the basic part, and now we're gonna repeat row 5, row 4 and row 5 again and again until you reach your size or the size that you want to make. And then we're gonna go to the next step. But remember, with every single row, we're gonna increase the V shapes number will be increased. So the first row here, after I finish the first small petal, I have 1 V. On the next one, I'm gonna make 2 V's. In the next row, I'm gonna make 3 V's, 4 V's, 5 V's. So these V's will be increased, which will allow me to increase the shape of the pentagon and to make it nice and like beautifully nice, and increase the number of the stitches that we want to increase. So yeah. Okay, now let's start the next row, which is row 6. As I mentioned before, we're gonna make row 4 again by increasing the V number in each row. So here I made 3 stitches, will be as a double crochet and 1 chain, and then another double crochet in the same first stitch. So I have the first V, and now next in this stitch, I'm gonna make 1 double crochet, chain 1 and another 1 double crochet in the same stitch. So this is my second V. So here we go. I have 2 V's just beside each other. There is no spaces between V's. Okay, now I'm gonna chain 3, and in this space I'm gonna leave all that and go work on the center of the V. So I'm gonna make 3 double crochets inside the V. Okay, and then I'm gonna make 3 chains and make another 3 double crochets in the same space of the V shape. So as we did in the 4th row, I'm repeating the basic part of my small petal. So yeah, as you can see, I'm repeating it. So now I'm gonna chain 3 and then go to the V. I'm gonna skip all that and work inside the V. So I'm gonna go to this stitch at the beginning of the V and make another V shape. So I'm gonna make double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch, and then I'm gonna go to this stitch here and go inside and make 1 double crochet, 1 chain, 1 double crochet in the same stitch, the second V, because we are on the second row of the increasing. So as you can see here. Okay, again, chain 3 and just go to the V shape and make 3 double crochets, 3 chains, 3 double crochets, all in the same space. So as you can see here, this is my work for the next row, which is the row number 6. I finished the 2 petal here and I am beginning another 2. And by increasing here, as you can see, so beautiful, there's 1 V and 2 V's in the next row. The next row will be 3 V's, next row will be 4 V's. So I'm gonna continue to the end of the row and I'm gonna see you there. Okay, now we are finishing the 6th row, and as usual we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, and on the 3rd stitch we're gonna slip stitch and close the row. And as you can see, looks so beautiful and increasing nicely. And yeah, this is the row number 6. Here, 1 V, 2 V's. So let's go and increase the V's in the next row, which will be row number 7. Okay, which we're gonna repeat row number 5 again with increasing the V numbers, which will be 3 V's. So let's go and do it. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna chain 3 to start the row, and of course this will be a double crochet, chain 1 and make a double crochet inside the same stitch here. So this is V number 1. Again, we're gonna go to this here as you can see. In the middle part we have one stitch in between, so we're gonna go in this one, just go in the middle part, so between the two V's from the previous row, and we're gonna make our second V. Again, double crochet, chain one, double crochet, and the last V will be in the last stitch here, and make the third V. Okay, so as you can see, we have 3 V's in this row. Again, we're gonna chain 3, and we're gonna close our petal, so we're gonna make 3 double crochets and close all together with one like hook or grab of the yarn, like before. As you can see, I have 4 stitches on my hook, and grab all together, close the petal, and again we're gonna make 3 chains, and in the middle part here we're gonna make another V, which will be the basic part for the next petal. So I'm gonna make my V in between, again chain 3, and finish the next petal, which is 3 double crochet in each stitch and closing all together. Here we go. Again, chain 3, and we're gonna make our 3 V's, so this is the first one. Okay, and again, and in the middle, with no spaces between the V, we're gonna make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, second V, and again the last stitch we're gonna make the third V. And this is it for this row. We're gonna repeat this over and over until we finish this row, and this will be the repeating of row 5 in row 7. So as you can see, I have 2 petals, small petals finish here, and every 2 petals comes from V in between. So here we go. I have V in between, and from this V I have another petal. So from this V I'm gonna begin to build another petal, and here we go. I have my V's, which will be my increasing part. On the first row I have 1 V, and the second row I have 2 V's, and in my third row I have 3 V's. So in the next row I will have 4 V's as we did on the last 2 rows. So you're gonna repeat row 6 and row 7 again, and then repeat the 6 and 7, or 5 and 6, just as you like. So this is basically the basic work, and you're gonna work like this until you reach the size that you want. So I'm gonna continue until I finish my row here. So here, as you can see, I finished many rows with increasing the V's, which is so amazing. So I made 6 petals here. Of course I need more to reach my size, but here I finished 6 small petals. This is the nicer method to count down how many petals or how many rows that you have. And as you can see, I have my center rows in here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 small petals or small leaves. And as you can see, can you see this nice triangle? This is the V's increasing in each row, and of course, as you can see, it just made the increase of the work. So I'm gonna continue another couple of works, a couple of rows to reach my size, and I'm gonna meet you when I finish 2 pieces of this, the front part and the back part, the same thing. So now, as you can see here, I finished my 2 parts, and I finished 8 petals, the small petals wide. So this is for medium large size. You can increase or decrease as you go from small, large, X large, XX large, by increasing the number of the petals. And as you can see, I'm gonna seam 2 sides and leave 1 upper side and 2 lower side for the end of the top. So first I'm gonna seam this side, so the wrong side facing me, and of course the wrong side of the other part is facing the table underneath. So I'm gonna make as like a slip knot here, and I'm gonna go in here in this stitch right here from this corner and take only the back loop from this stitch and take the back loop from the other stitch, the opposite stitch. And then I'm gonna make a slip knot with my yarn to secure my work in another chain to secure everything. And as you can see here, secured a nice. Now zoom in so you can see better what I'm doing in this part. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take only the back loop, like the back loop facing me and the back loop facing the table, as you can see here. So of course by zooming in you can see it better, and just make a slip stitch to secure everything and seam the 2 sides together. By this method, it will be really nice seamless seaming. So you can take of course the 2 loops, but this is better. You're gonna see in a moment how it's gonna look on the right side after you do this method. It's so perfect and make the top like so perfect on the right side. So that's the best thing you can do. So I'm gonna continue doing the slip knot only in the back loop on the both sides until I reach the other end, but I'm gonna leave like 4 V's before I reach the other angle, because these 4 V's will be a part of my armhole. So I'm gonna continue doing this until I reach the other end, and I'm gonna see you on the other end leaving the 4 V shapes. So we're gonna continue like showing you the rest of the seaming part. So here I'm showing you how it looks on the right side, and as you can see, it looks so beautiful and like seamless, like the 2 parts just together without seaming. So amazing. So this is the best method, as I told you before, to seam the 2 sides together. So I'm gonna continue. I'll leave 1 2 3 4 V shapes on both sides, on the both parts here. I'm gonna stop in here, and yeah, we're gonna continue doing another thing. So I'm almost there, just making sure that I leave 4 V's on 2 sides, and I guess just 1 stitch to go. And here we go. So on both sides I have 4 V or 4 V shapes. Okay, so this part will be a part of my armhole. So I'm gonna leave this part without any seaming, just leave it completely open. So the next part is lining this part a little bit so we can do the straps of this arm. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take 1 side only. I don't wanna join the 2 parts together. I'm gonna take only 1 part and do a single crochet in every stitch until I reach the corner. So as you can see, I'm taking the 2 loops now and making a single crochet, just lining this part just a little bit to make it look nicer. So now I am at the corner, as you can see here, just on the angle of my pentagon. Next step is making the straps of my arm. So I'm gonna make a 50 chains straps. Of course you can increase it or decrease it as you like, but for me to make it perfectly fit, 50 chains is perfect. So I'm gonna make 50 chains for the straps. So now I finished my straps or the 50 chains. Make sure it's even and in the right side. So we're gonna connect this chain to the other side. So take your time and make everything right, and make sure that the chain is not just rolling around each other. So as you can see, I'm gonna go to the corner of my pentagon. just like where I started, and just go in there and make a slip stitch. So now I finished my straps. Now what I'm gonna do a single crochet in every stitch, just like the other side, until I reach the seaming part where I started my single crochet on the other side. I'm gonna end in this part. You are making your armhole just like a round circle. So that's what we're gonna do. And by this, we are finishing in this armhole, and we're gonna repeat it again to the other side. As you can see, I'm almost there. Okay, this part will be a little bit tricky, but take your time and just line it up and make it perfect. And now I'm gonna connect these single crochets together and make a slip stitch to close. And now I'm gonna cut my yarn and fasten off. And we're finished on this side. Okay, and as you can see, my armhole is perfectly done. And yeah, so perfect. And we're gonna repeat the same process, like seaming to the other side, leaving this open for my armhole and another open for my like head neck part to be so I can be able to wear this top. So yeah. So as you can see, I finished my two sides. This is the first side and this is the second side, and they are identical. Now I'm gonna turn my work upside down and just make it it's here, it's in the wrong part, okay, facing me. So I'm gonna flip it around to make the front part facing me, because what I'm gonna do next need to be done on the right side of the work. So yeah, so I'm flipping everything, and here is the seaming. It looks so beautiful, so seamless and perfect. And this is my arm part, and this is the lower part. So let's continue to finish our top. Okay, now it's time to make the lining of the upper part and make the straps a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna start with the upper part. I'm gonna make it look a little bit nicer and more feminine. So I'm gonna start in this stitch and make like a slip knot and connect the yarn with my work. Okay, another stitch to make everything nice. And now I'm gonna skip 3 stitches from the upper part, and in the fourth one I'm gonna make 5 double crochet in the same stitch. So skip 3, and in the fourth one make 5 double crochet. So as you can see, I have 5 double crochet in the same stitch, so this is more obvious, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna skip another 3, and in the fourth stitch I'm gonna make a slip stitch. So you can see I have like this kind of rounded shape, looks so beautiful. So now I'm gonna skip another 3 stitches, and in the fourth one I'm gonna go in there and make another 5 double crochet. And actually this is what I'm gonna do for the lining part, this part above my chest and my back. Before going to the straps, I'm gonna make 5 double crochet in the same stitch to make this small rows, as you can see here, and then I'm gonna skip 3 stitches, and in the fourth one I'm gonna make slip stitch, and again I'm gonna skip another 3 stitches and make another 5 double crochet in the same stitch, and continue doing this. And as you can see, it looks more beautiful, more nicer, having this lovely rounded shape. And of course, repeating the same pattern, skip 3, 5 double crochet, skip 3, slip stitch until I reach the other end. So I'm gonna see you there. Okay, now I'm almost there, finishing the front part of my top, or the back part, actually the same. So I'm reaching to the last stitch and making a slip stitch to finish the last row. So here we go, I finished the upper part. As you can see, it looks so beautiful and so amazing. I love it. So as you can see, I finished it, and here we go. So now it's time to make the straps. So as you remember, we made 50 chain straps. So it's time to make it thicker so it looks nicer and hold the top better, because it's kind of heavy when we finish it. So what we're gonna do, make a single crochet in each and single chain. So we will end up with 50 single crochets because we have 50 chains. So take your time, just see where you're gonna go and make 50 single crochets until we reach the other side. So here we go. As you can see, I finished, and I was working only on the upper loop or the back loop. It's just up to you. For me, it just was easier to work on one loop. So now I reached the other end, or the other side, the back side. Now I slip stitch it with the back part, so to secure the straps. And now it's time to repeat what we did on the front part to the back part. Just make the same. I make sure that the straps is not like roll around each other, and it's perfect, and fixed it. And now it's time to repeat the same pattern here until we reach the other end, and slip stitch it and make sure it looks nice, and then repeat the same crochet part on the straps until we reach the other end and connect with the slip stitch and cut the yarn and fasten off. So yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna repeat what we did before to the other side. So as you can see here, this is the upper part after we finish it, the straps, and the upper part looks more nicer and more beautiful. So we almost done, just the lower part to do the fringe, and we're done. Of course, we're gonna hide all these yarn inside the work. Just take your time finishing your work, and yeah, let's go to the lower part. Okay, now it's time to make the fringe. I'm gonna use a bigger hook. It doesn't matter what the size you're gonna use, but bigger hook will be nicer and more easier. I have just this piece of yarn. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna cut it. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut our yarn into straps or pieces. For me, I cut it for 1 meter long for each straps or each like fringe part. You can do it like smaller, you can do it longer, just as you like. For me, 1 meter was so nice, and make the fringe just like in a medium size as you saw before, and makes it nice. So I'm gonna just, as you can see, I'm gonna fold it and make it even with every piece, so you don't have to cut it. Anyway, so now I'm gonna start from the middle and work my way to the sides. That's more accurate and more nicer, because as you work from the middle and the sides, you're gonna make it identical on both sides, so it will look more neat and more beautiful, more professional, of course. So what I'm gonna do, make sure that my fringe is even, as you can see here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just go with my hook from the back. Okay, as you can see here. That's why I'm using bigger hooks, so I can have all this yarn all together. And I'm gonna grab it like this, and voila, I'm done. So this one didn't end up like really neat at the end, so of course I'm gonna cut this small parts. Of course you can leave it like this at the end, or you can cut this twisted part. It's just as you like. For me, I'm gonna leave it like this, just cut this longer part, and here we go, looks even and nice. So I'm gonna repeat this process with every space I have. I make it identical on both sides and in the back as well, so work your way from the middle to both sides and make it identical. Take your time, because this process will take a lot of time. Actually, it takes a lot of time to finish the fringe, but actually it was so much fun. And when you see that your top begin to turn on, like begin to become more nicer and more beautiful, and actually I was so happy after I finished this top, really happy with it. So work your way, do you, and be happy in the process. So that's it. So I'm zooming in so you can see what I'm doing like perfectly. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it every time. And as a way to finish the fringe a little bit faster, just cut your yarn just a bunch at a time, and twist it and fold it bunch at a time, and then begin to add it to your top by like bunch at a time. So you're feeling that you're finishing so fast when you're adding like 1, 2, 3, 4, just continuously. And yeah, that's amazing. That's the easiest way, and like time saving as well. So I'm gonna continue my way to the sides and back and finish it. Okay, and as you can see, this is my top after I finished my fringe, and as you can see, it looks so beautiful. It takes a lot of time, but actually I was happy finishing it. It was just so much fun, and this fringe add more like a nicer effect, a nicer look to the top. Of course, you can finish the top without the fringe. It's completely up to you, but for me, I just finished it. As you can see, I added to every V shape I have here, and of course the middle part here, and again, and I just work my way to the side, and this is the side, and I made one fringe just in the middle. As you can see here, looks so beautiful. I love this top so much. One of my favorite projects I have ever made. I'm so happy with the result. I'm so happy with the color, the finishing, everything looks so beautiful. I hope you like it too, because I like it and I love it so much. It was so much fun doing it. And this is my red rose top. I love it. I love it. And as you can see here, I have another one. It's just like a mixed color. Actually, that was more yarn I have, so I decided to make these colors. It looks so beautiful as well. All the same length of yarn actually, but because I work from inside out, looks like it's just decreasing it, but actually it looks so beautiful. I love it so much. So I hope you love it too. And yeah. So this is for this video. I really hope you love it as I did. I had so much fun doing it, recording it, and editing it, and I hope you like it too. So yeah, this is it. I really hope you like this video, and as usual, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and share the video with your friends if you like it. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook and other social media. All these links will be in the description box down below. And don't forget to hit the bell button so you have a notification every time I upload a new video on my channel. And I'm gonna see you soon in my next video. I love you so much. Bye.